I got a question, gamers. Can you trust me? Am I a trustworthy fellow? You look into my eyes, do you see truth? You're here to slay the princess. Don't believe her lies. That's the only description. Overwhelmingly positive. Horror game. What? I don't know what that entails. Excited to find out. This is a horror game. It is not intended for all audiences. Please visit our website, Black Tabby Games, if you need a full list of content warnings. I'll put that up. Slay the Princess contains flickering image effects as well as a parallax effect that on rare occasions has caused motion sickness. Whatever horrors you may find in these dark places, have heart and see them through. There are no premature endings. There is no wrong choices. There are only fresh perspectives and new beginnings. This is a love story? Here we go. Chapter 1, The Hero and the Princess.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Okay.
You're here to slay her.
Okay.
If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Why? What did she do? The end of the world? What are you talking about? Have you considered that maybe the only reason she's going to end the world is because she's locked up? There's so many choices. Forget this. I'm not doing that.
No, you have to do it.
I don't want to do it. I don't want to. Can someone else do it?
Unfortunately, you're the only one who can pull this off. I don't make the rules. I wish I did, but I don't.
It sounds like you make the rules. It sounds like you wrote the rules explicitly. Turn around and leave.
Seriously? You're just going to turn around and leave? Do you even know where you're going?
No, not a clue. Nope.
Fine. I suppose you just quietly continue down the path away from the cabin.
That's right.
Good. What we're being asked to do here is wrong. Better to wash our hands of this whole situation than to take part in it. Ignore that annoying little voice. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Does he?
That's strange. It looks like this path also leads to the cabin. How convenient. Everything's back on track again. Maybe the world can still be saved after all.
This is like playing with you ever played Dungeons and Dragons? And you're like actively avoiding the plot just to annoy the DM. And the plot just always finds you. This is what that is.
You're really keen on wasting everyone's time, aren't you? It's remarkably selfish, if you ask me. I've already outlined the stakes of the situation. If you don't do your job, everyone dies. Like, dies. Forever.
What if you're lying? What if you're the liar? Good, maybe everyone should die? It's what they get for dumping me in the woods and asking me to kill someone for them. Well, that's true. That's a lot to put on me. I don't care. I'm not killing no princess.
Gauche phrasing and completely ignores.
I'm not doing that.
Your task is to slay the princess.
Oh, that makes it better.
Terrible, and she's really got it coming to her.
What? Whatever. I'm out of here, dude.
You turn around and trek back down the path you came.
That's right. Don't.
Would you look at that? You're at the cabin again. Now, I'm not normally one for superstition or astrology, but I have to say, it seems like the universe itself is doing its best to bring you to your fated confrontation with the princess.
I feel like you're messing with me, sir. In fact, I'm gonna keep trekking through the wilderness until I find a way out of this place.
Let me tell you right now that you're making the wrong one for pretty much everyone who has ever lived, as well as for everyone who ever will.
Well, I'm feeling pretty good about it.
And here we go. As you trudge into the woods, something strange starts to happen.
What is happening?
At first, it's little flickers out of the corner of your eyes. Glimpses of familiar wooden structures through the leaves.
Like a cabin?
But as you focus on your surroundings, you start to realize that those flickers weren't just a trick of light. In every
I'm breaking the world.
There is a path and a cabin. And not just a cabin, the cabin. An infinite fraction
Oh, I
of
noticed.
paths and cabins desperately trying to draw you back to where you need to be. Wait, what's going on?
That's what I'm saying. What's going on?
But you're too
Why?
stubborn for that, aren't you? It doesn't matter how many paths or cabins appear around you, you're just going to do whatever you can to shirk your responsibility because you care more about irritating me than you do about the fate of the world.
That is true. He knows where my priorities lie.
Don't us all. You know that, right?
Well,
But of course you
maybe.
do. Otherwise you wouldn't just wander off into the forest in search of certain death.
Certain
Lose
death.
track of just how long you spend aimlessly tromping through the wilderness. But it's not like any of that time spent lost in the woods really matters, because it isn't long before the world ends and everyone dies.
So the world does end. Okay, so we've gotten information. Chapter 2!
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
What do you mean, Chapter 2?
You're here to slay her. If you don't,
This looks like the beginning
it will
again,
be
but
the
like,
end
it's
of the
different.
world.
What is going on? This is going on longer than I thought. I thought I was just gonna mess around for like 3 minutes, but now I'm like... I'm getting a weird
Terrible
sense
of
deja vu.
No, you don't have that. This is the first time either of us have been here.
No, it's not! You liar!
If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. I
Is
don't know. I think it's more fun if he knows what we're thinking. He's like a captive audience. The
Who?
entire world
Oh, contrarian?
to get rid of us. I don't think there's much he can do other than object. I wonder what else we can do to ruin his day. If by ruining my day, you mean ruining everyone's day forever, then yes, I suppose there are plenty of ways you could pull that off.
Do I keep messing with him at this
The
point?
world really did end last time, didn't it? We should be careful.
It sounds like...
For all we know, we just got lucky. The world hasn't ended yet, and you are never going to slay her with that attitude. Stuff those pathetic little
But I don't
voices
want to
at the
slay
back of
her!
your mind.
That was the
Stay
whole
focused
thing!
on the task ahead.
Oh yeah, those walls weren't here last time. You can't just force me to go to the
What
cabin.
are you talking about? I'm sure those walls have always been there. It makes sense if you think about it. If
Nope.
there weren't any walls in the woods, someone might have gotten lost. Or, heaven forbid, someone other than you might have stumbled onto the princess.
That's not how forests work. Oh, I can lie.
You know I can tell when you're lying, right?
What?
Please take
Fuck.
this seriously.
I'm a bad liar.
I'm begging you. A warning before you go any further.
What?
She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says.
Well, how do I know I can trust you?
We're stuck going in there. Maybe we should believe her. Maybe she isn't a liar.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Ignore him. He's just being difficult for the sake of it.
No, but like, what
Let's
if...
keep an open mind.
Okay.
The cabin interior is wrong. A confusing patchwork of many cabin interiors, all projected across what's almost the same space.
This is so
It's
fucked
all
up.
shifted.
I feel
An
like
inch
I've made
here,
a
foot
mistake.
there,
I feel
such
like
that
I've
the
messed
seams
things
are
up.
never quite visible enough for the place to make any sense.
I feel like I've messed up everything terribly.
The only furniture of note is a plain table, its legs all the wrong lengths, its material devoid of feature. Perched on that table is a pristine blade.
Did I not even bring a blade?
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right. If he wants us to take it, maybe we should just leave it to collect dust, or better yet, grab it and throw it out the window. What good is a knife against a world-ending monstrosity anyway?
Excellent point.
No, we're taking the knife.
What?
Have you seen this place? We have literally no idea what to expect and no idea what we're dealing with. I've already told you what you're dealing with. You're dealing with a princess. How many times do
Princess
I have
of
to
what,
explain this
though?
incredibly simple and straightforward premise?
It's not simple at all. This is wild.
You can't just say that. But when everything here is so wrong.
Yeah.
Listen to me. My job is to describe facts as facts and to guide you through your job, which is to slay the princess and through that action, save the entire world. And if you're
I'm
going
still
to
lost
slay
on that.
her, you cannot let fear creep into your heart. You cannot lose yourself before you even get to her. Oh, ho, ho, ho. You've piqued my interest. What's going to happen if we lose ourselves?
Is that an option? Is that one of the options that pull up?
Because you're going to pull yourself together.
One of the options is lose
Just
yourself?
ignore the stressful geometry and stay calm.
Yeah, this...
How? Even if we closed our eyes, you're constantly describing it to us.
That's a good point.
I'm not going to stop doing my job, so you're just going to have to get better at yours. And quickly, if you don't mind. Yes, take a deep breath. I'm all for getting under his skin, but we'll miss out on loads of fun if we shrivel up into a ball and go insane the first time we see something weird. What you're seeing here is obviously real. Just accept it and go with the flow. It really isn't hard.
Who is the contrarian? Why is he in my brain? Why is he in my head?
Okay, I'm fine.
Who is the narrator? Who am I?
Good. Now, whenever you're ready, we're all waiting for you to complete a very important task.
Approach the mirror. Take the blade. You didn't say anything about the mirror on the wall. Approach the mirror?
You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here. What are you talking about? This isn't a wall. It's a mirror. Or at least it'll be a mirror once we wipe off that layer of grime. You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know
I'm a little
how
goblin guy.
ridiculous you look right now. But there was a mirror a second ago, and now it's gone. You know that taking the mirror away from us isn't going to change things, right? We'll find it again, and then we'll see whatever it is that you don't want us to see.
Okay, take the blade.
Take the blade from the table. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
I mean, I guess if you wanted to do that, yeah.
Okay, fine, you took the knife. But you really shouldn't hold it like that.
What am I holding it
How are
like?
we supposed to hold it? The other way. Thumb at the bottom. It'll look much cooler and more serious if we hold it with our thumb at the bottom.
That's true. He wants, instead of like, he wants like, it's my chocolate sticks.
It really doesn't matter how you hold the blade, as long as you have it. Just make a choice.
Hold the blade the
Switch your
cool
grip on the
way.
blade. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Yes. Isn't this so much better?
Yeah, it is.
Okay, fine. You're right. This does look a lot better.
It does. It does. You have to,
It
yep.
really doesn't matter. Just get on with it and deal with the princess already.
Okay. Throw the blade out the window. I mean, I've already disrespected this narrator so much, and it's still going. It's still like, it's been 12 minutes. And I've just like, might as well go all in, right? Just like, whatever.
Yes!
Yeah.
Do it! Seriously. You throw the blade at the window, glass showering the cabin as your weapon flies out into the night. I suppose you'll just have to deal with the princess without it.
I'm not even gonna kill this princess. We already know
Fine,
it.
Don't worry about it. What's the worst that could happen? The world ends. Been there, done that.
Right. Why are... Did both windows break, or was only one of them
I'm
broken?
not so sure. This place is already messing with my head. It would be much better if we had a weapon. What's done is done. Good luck.
Even the hero disagrees. Alright, into the basement.
The door to the basement
Oh!
creaks open, revealing a web of branching staircases all built from unidentifiable materials. Nothing here seems to belong.
That can't be
The closer
right.
you examine your surroundings, the more confused you get. Your head throbbing with the effort of making sense of this place. None of the stairs even seem to go anywhere, let alone down. The air here has a sickening, almost sludge-like miasma to it. The kind of indiscernible quality that comes from the blending together of every scent there is at once. An odour that is simultaneously everything and yet the sum of it all coalescing into a thick, nauseating nothing.
I feel like I've made a terrible mistake.
If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favour.
Chapter 1 didn't go the way I think anybody expected it to. I didn't think it was going to go
Her
this way.
voice. A disquieting collage of tone and personality drags up the stairs.
Hello? Hi. What are you doing here? Are you here to kill?
No, thank you.
That's the princess?
Oh, don't be such a baby. I don't want to do this. Let's just turn around and leave. This feels wrong. This feels like a trap. Like whatever we do, we're gonna die.
Yeah, doesn't it?
We don't even have a weapon.
Yeah, that's true. Now I'm wishing maybe I did have that weapon.
But we already tried turning around and leaving, didn't we? And he threw up a wall. No way to go but forward. And whatever choice we make, whatever she is, we know one thing for sure. And what's that? That the fate of the world hinges on your success? There'll still be plenty of ways to ruin his day.
Harsh stairs to the left, center stairs, and soft stairs. Harsh stairs.
You step to the left. The path is cruel against your feet, the impact of each step sending pulsing vibrations up your legs, till there's nothing left in them to feel.
Those are really harsh stairs, Jesus.
The air around you grows cold the further you progress. At first a barely noticeable drop, quickly evolving into a numbing cold. Your toes feel like blocks of ice, your breaths puff out in clouds of condensed vapor. You shudder against it as you continue down the stairway, losing yourself in the bone-deep chill.
I think I chose the wrong stairs. This is the very incorrect stairs.
You slowly lose sense of yourself the further you go. Time disappears, and you can feel yourself begin to untether. Physical sensations dull and then vanish, until the only things experienced are the endless repeating patterns and emotions of the journey, a continuous march forward to a destination long forgotten. Consumption and betrayal, skepticism and blind devotion, rivalry and submission, terror and longing, pain and unfamiliarity. And at the heart of it all, an emotion that can only be described as...
Are you just going to stand there?
Hi, ma'am.
What the hell was that? What happened to us?
That's an excellent question.
I feel so strange. Like I'm fundamentally different, but also still the same person I was at the top of the stairs. Oh well, that was a trip, but now it's over. Time to get back to our old devilish ways.
That was crazy. Anyway.
Princess, eyes bright but otherwise shrouded in darkness, watches you impatiently from the other side of the basement. Don't forget why you're here. And why are we here again? In case you weren't listening, I'm afraid I lost myself on the way down. You're here to... He's just being an ass. We remember. Though I'm still not sure if we should trust you. Let's talk to her for a bit, try and get our bearings. She seems normal.
I mean, she's not said much so far. What's your name?
You can address me as Your Royal Highness, or Her Majesty. Any honorific should do, really.
I panicked. I apologize.
As the princess speaks again, it's almost as if she fractures.
I right-clicked on accident, that's what that was. It's almost as if she fractures, and where there was once just one of her, there is now another.
We can do that? I don't like this. It's those cabins all over again. Can we put her back? You said you'd been here before, right? What exactly happened last time?
Well,
Does it matter?
I may have went
Yes,
against
it
everything you
matters.
said.
But I'm not going to waste any more time prying out details if you're going to be so irritating about it. It seems to me like you saw something you weren't supposed to have seen. If only you'd listened to whatever words of wisdom you were given in that other reality. But
Okay.
what's done is done, isn't it? Whatever you saw last time, unsee it. Whatever
Well, I
thoughts
can't do that.
weaseled their way into your head, unthink them.
Ah,
It's not already too late. You
It's
have a job
super
to do
too
here,
late.
and You need to do it now.
I've seen a lot of shit. I'm confused. I'm sweaty. And I think that you're the liar. Maybe? Well, I mean, the world did end.
New plan. Let's see if we can make even more of her.
That's a good plan. I like that plan. I don't know what you are, but I can't trust you. I can't trust anything here. Leave the base. Why is this all one option? That's odd. Is it saying do all of these at once? Regretfully think about the time you threw the blade out the window. There's more of you now.
What's that supposed to mean? Are you trying to get under my skin? There must be something wrong with you. I'm the same as I was a moment ago.
She fractures again. I don't like where this is going. Neither do I. Which is why you need to slay her now before things get more complicated than they already are.
Oh, things are very complicated and they're about to get
How
twisty.
would we even do that? Where would we start? We could always start by retrieving the blade. The one he made us throw out the window. I wasn't the one who threw it.
I don't do that.
Oh, come on, you told us to. Don't try to pass the blame now that it's come back to bite us.
I don't want the blade.
Well, if I'd known we'd be dealing with this, maybe I wouldn't have been so hasty with my suggestions. I don't think we're going to be able to put her back. Kind of hurts to think about it, doesn't it? It's like everything we say just multiplies her. It certainly looks that way, so please, for the love of everything, stop asking her questions and stop stalling. You're obviously just making things worse.
I think it's time to multiply.
What, like you need me to hold your hand to tell you everything's okay? You're not really cut out for this, are you? Why are you even here? We're probably stuck down here forever, aren't we? There's no way out, and barely a way in. Sometimes I feel like I'm being pulled apart too. It's so terrifying down here. But at least now you're not alone. And I'm not alone either. I don't remember what it was like before I was in this place. Why would I know what happened to you? Maybe it's because I'm dangerous.
Are you?
But you know, right? You have to know. You're the only other person I've ever seen. Or at least the only one I can remember. Don't give me false hope. Please just end this already. One way or another, just do it. Don't be coy. We both know why I'm locked away here. I'm a monster. And the second I get out of this place, I'm going to end the entire world.
This is reaching its breaking point. If you don't act now, there will be nothing in here but her. Take a deep breath and focus up. You can do this. But how do we decide what to do? Can there even be a right choice when all of them are so different? Stop overthinking it. Your drifting thoughts have clearly been part of the reason this situation has gotten out of hand.
Is that part of it?
If you're trying to do the right thing, there's only ever been the one option, and that option is slaying her.
Is that? I don't know.
Just do something. Do anything. Do all of it, if that's what you want. This place is hell, and it's only getting worse.
Why is the contrarians against me now? I only have one option.
Wait, that's not right.
I'm doing all three at once.
Go on. You take a step forward. Your foot lands, but it lands different. You experience a firm footfall, a gentle tread, a confident stride. You can feel yourself rupture. The room spins, your perception multiplying in a sickening kaleidoscope as your very self is pulled in incomprehensibly many directions. You find the blade suddenly in your hands. All at once you use it to strike at her bindings as you remain upstairs and slay her and leave her to languish alone. Is this what the end of the world looks like? What an unbearable mess. But this... we can't... Do you not have anything witty to say? I could use a good bit of wit right now. No, I don't, because this isn't fun. How are we supposed to have fun if everything is happening at the same time? It's the same as nothing happening, and nothing is excruciating.
I made a terrible mistake.
Luckily for all, nothing and everything doesn't go on forever. The world, the princess collapse in on themselves before it all falls apart. I think he's gone. We were never going to salvage this, were we?
What happened to us? What are we? There are parts of us that are dead, and others, they just don't fit. We can feel them moving around in spaces they don't belong. It's all so uncomfortable. Did you do this? Did we do this? Can you pull us back apart? Can you fix us?
We should help her. I think we did this.
I made a terrible
Surprisingly
mistake.
sincere. I didn't actually think our actions had consequences. It's a little late for regret, isn't it?
What?
Please.
I just wanted to leave. I just wanted to go home, make a coffee. I think you're supposed to be fixed. I'll do my best. It's gonna be okay. You just destroyed everything. I'm not going to fix you. What? I'll do my best. Bye. When everything is possible, nothing is? But you don't know if she had the chance to hear you reply. She's gone, replaced with something else.
Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now?
I think I'm supposed to look in the mirror.
Something dreadful about it. I don't think you should. No. Don't do that.
But I want to look in the mirror. Approach the mirror.
Begging you, don't do this.
Ignore him. You approach the mirror. Gaze into the reflection. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone, but the mirror remains. It's time for you to see what's in it. It's you. You are alone in a place that is empty. It is quiet here. Proceed to the cabin. You are at the that is not a cabin. You are at the cabin. Approach her.
Something finds me in the long quiet and brings me the gift of a fragile vessel.
The gift of a fragile
Yes.
vessel?
Nerves and fibers to feel the worlds beyond. Perspectives to make my own. These ones are a contradiction, a winding kaleidoscope of paths and wall. They are stretched into a shape not unlike me, but it is a shape they cannot hold. I am sorry that you met this vessel so early in your journey, but they will make for a rich and vibrant heart. Do not mourn them, for they will finally get to know themselves.
The music is very pretty. What are you?
I am solitary lights in an empty city. What are you?
I'm a guy. I'm a YouTuber. Let's play YouTuber. What do you mean? I don't know what I am.
I think that you are like me. We are oceans, reduced to shallow creeks.
Is this the end of the world?
How can the world have ended if we are talking?
That's an excellent point. Are you here? Are you what sent me to slay the princess? There's a lot of good questions to ask. Do we know each other? What happened now? Are you the princess?
She is part of me, and part of me is her.
So yes and no. But were you always the princess? Or are you just making her a part of yourself?
You speak in circles. Does it matter where one thing begins and another ends?
I don't know, man. I'm just asking the questions that are presented before me. I feel like I've taken a lot of drugs. Like a whole lot of them. Do you know the narrator?
You are the only thing I have ever known. The space we're in is vacant. Nothing comes here but us.
Wow, I really fucked up, didn't I? Do you know about the worlds behind this place? Beyond this place?
They are.
Oh, that's depressing. Are you what sent me to slay the princess? Are you what trapped me
I
here?
have only just now stirred to consciousness. I could not have trapped you here, and I too yearn to be free.
Do we know each other?
You are familiar, but you are not me. I feel sadness, longing, hope as I witness you.
I don't want to say this. What happens now?
Nothing, as we are. But I know that there are worlds beyond us, and that we are meant to reach them. There is no exit, but this vessel is a creature of perception. She can make you forget, if only you believe her to be able to. Bring me more perspectives, so that I may be whole, and perhaps then we will know our freedom.
What? The fuck is going on? What? I need to play through the game more times, is that what you're saying?
Everything, until we meet again.
I don't even know what I asked. I clicked one. Aren't you scared that I'll find a way to kill you?
I have not lived. I am not afraid to die.
How many more pieces of you do I need to find?
More than you have found, but less than there are to find. I am infinite. The rest will find their own way home.
And what if I don't let you do this to me?
Then we will be here forever, as we are now. Unfinished, dry, hollow.
I was sent to slay the princess to stop her from destroying the world. If I help you, is that what you're going to do?
You ask of things that cannot be done. To destroy is merely to reshape, to remold.
You're being semantic. What are you going to do if I help you?
How can I know? I am flickers in something sprawling and unilluminated.
Okay, make me forget.
She asks that I tell you to remember her. You won't.
Everything goes dark and you die. I bit off a lot more than I could chew with that one. What the fuck? I just wanted to go home. I just wanted to drink coffee, have a nice time, spend time with the kids, you know? What the fuck? I guess now we do the normal path?
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
I didn't believe you. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Okay, thanks for telling me what to do.
It's all part of the job.
Thanks, man.
You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within.
Okay.
Warning, before you go any further.
Right.
She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says.
Okay, well, she hasn't lied to me yet. I mean, for all that I know. Here we go.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely
Okay, the mirror wasn't there.
The air is
Okay.
stale and musty, and the floor
Very
and walls
odd.
are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Okay, take the blade.
Take the blade from the table. It'd be rather difficult to slay the princess and save the world without it.
Music stopped. Okay. Enter the basement. Here we go.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor.
Well, I don't know if she lives
Her
here.
voice carries up the stairs.
Who's there?
That was intimidating.
She sounds dangerous. It's almost as if she's the one in charge down here.
Yeah, I did get that vibe.
Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation.
Is it? Hi!
Don't be a stranger. It's been so long since I've had any visitors. Come on down.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
Hello, ma'am.
She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world?
She could
Focus
be.
on the task at hand.
She could not be.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
I mean, I haven't decided yet, to be perfectly honest with you. I haven't decided yet.
How about you drop the knife and the two of us just talk?
I don't like the way you said that.
Look how reasonable she's being. We should just drop the blade and talk things out. Don't you dare. It's fine. We can decide what we want to do after we talk to her. Maybe she really is a monster. Killing someone in cold blood isn't very becoming of us.
Good point. Excellent point. I don't want to drop the knife though. Can we do like an in-between where I have the knife but we still talk it out? I guess that's pretty threatening. That's a pretty threatening aura. Fine, I'll drop it.
The blade tumbles out of your trembling hands and drops to the floor with an unceremonious clap.
I'm curious what she has to say.
Thank you.
You sound like an absolute villain. You sound like a monster.
Against
That's
your
too close.
better judgment,
That's too
you
close.
Step forward to speak with the princess face to face.
I didn't want to do that.
Unarmed.
Didn't want to do that.
We'll be fine.
I doubt that.
Don't know what you're hoping to accomplish here, but I can assure you there's no reasoning with her. Just make sure you don't forget about the blade on the floor. You're going to need it.
I won't forget.
So here we are. What an awkward start to a relationship.
Okay. Are you coming on to me? That'd be a weird way to start. What's your name?
She hesitates before answering.
Why?
You can address me as Your Royal Highness, or Her Majesty. Any honorific should do, really.
Oh, you're annoying.
Note the lack of detail. You can't trust her.
Well, it's less the lack of detail and it's more like the demanding respect of me. You know what I mean? What, because you got good blood and I don't? That's not cool. How would I get you out of here? I'm here because you're supposed to end the world.
Don't just tell her that.
Well, I'm gonna.
Is that why they threw me down here? But I don't want to hurt anyone. I like the world, I think. I don't remember much about it, to be honest. I've been down here a long time.
How long?
Just how long has she been down here?
If I'm supposed to be capable of ending the world, then how did I wind up here, chained to a wall? Have they told you why I'm allegedly so dangerous?
I mean, no. Oh, I hate your smile. I was hoping you'd tell me.
Ending the world seems like an awful lot for just one person to do. I wouldn't even know where to start.
You sound like you know. You sound like you know
I
things.
believe her.
What?
She doesn't have to know how to destroy the world to be capable of doing it.
I guess that's true. In a fictional
At the
world.
end of the day, whatever the two of us have going on down here is about trust.
Yes.
Whoever sent you to slay me claimed I was a threat to the world, but they didn't tell you why.
Yes.
That doesn't sound right to me. And I don't think it sounds right to you either. Otherwise, we'd be killing each other instead of talking.
I mean, yeah, you nailed it.
She has a point. There's a reason I've been telling you to question the situation, and there's a reason you've listened.
So, I could tell you that I'd lead a quiet life in the woods, or that I'd open an orphanage, or that I'd do any other number of good things that I'm sure you think you want to hear. But you don't really know me, do you?
Well,
What
no.
can my word possibly be worth in a situation like this?
That's an excellent point, too.
She's right about one thing. Her word isn't worth anything.
Like I said, it's all about trust. Blind trust.
Yes.
So do you trust me, the prisoner, the victim, the princess clearly incapable of ending the world? Or do you trust whoever put me here?
She's wrong. This isn't about trust. This is about risk. We stand to lose everything, all for the sake of one person, and a subjugating monarch, no less.
Are you coming on to
Don't jump any
me?
weird conclusions. We're two people who have met each other. By definition, we have a relationship.
Good point. How long have you been down here?
Too long.
Awesome. How would I get you out of here?
You can't. Don't bother.
I'm guessing you don't have the key then. I'm sure there's a key somewhere around here, and if there isn't... well, we can always put that knife to good use.
Her sharp eyes settle on the edge of the blade. She isn't suggesting what I think she's suggesting, right?
Is she saying?
She is. I'm sure of it.
Is she saying cut my arm off? Is that what she's saying?
Oh, have you decided what to do with me?
I think you're crazy.
You know why you're here.
I think you're both crazy. Slay the princess!
Doubt, unfortunately, clouds your thoughts as you attempt to run her through. A moment of distraction and hesitation is all she needed to sidestep your thrust and deliver a catastrophic blow to your jaw. It feels like you've been hit with a sledgehammer. You can feel bone grinding on bone where your jaw has been fractured.
I just got owned.
Holy shit, that hurts! Though she's unarmed, the shock of that first strike is enough to stagger you, putting you and the princess on somewhat equal footing.
Oh no.
Your blade slashes through the air again and again, and her fists connect with your body as many times or more, each impact as heavy as that first bone-crushing hit. We can still turn this around.
What?
You and the princess stare at each other, both gasping for breath, equally exhausted. You probably
I don't
won't
feel
make
good
it
about
out if you're
this.
alive, but you can at least make sure that she won't make it out of here either. Excuse me? Do you think this is what I wanted to happen? I have a duty to state the facts of the situation, and honestly, it's a miracle anyone is still standing. Can you not feel all those ruptured organs bouncing around in there? If the princess doesn't do our friend in herself, internal bleeding is certain to finish the job. The two of you clash for the final time. You feel your ribs break as she delivers a heavy blow, but you push through the pain, falling forward and sinking your blade deep into the princess's heart.
Oh.
The two of you fall to the floor.
This was fun.
Was fun?
The princess gasps, her voice an unhealthy rasp as her lungs start to fill with blood.
You put up more of a fight than I thought you would. But I have to wonder, do you really think this is the end?
But you don't have time to worry over such things. Everything goes dark, and you die.
You're
She
on
kicked
a
my
path
ass!
in the woods.
She was
And
incredible.
at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Okay. Shit. I'm getting a terrible sense of deja vu.
If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's better. You know I can hear you.
Okay, this is all the same.
Fine. That's the spirit. There's no point in squabbling.
Proceed to the cabin.
A warning. Before you go, she will lie.
Lying and cheating doesn't sound like her at all. Not that it matters. It's not like she can
Oh,
lie
never mind,
or
it's
cheat
not.
in the
It's
middle
different.
of a fight.
It's not like she can lie or cheat in the middle of a fight.
Are you sure about that? The point of my warning wasn't to start an argument over what circumstances the princess is capable of lying in. It was to give you some broadly applicable advice. The princess will do and say whatever she thinks it will take to get her out of there. So don't trust her. Ever. Are we clear?
Crystal. Let's just get on with it already.
This guy wants to fucking throw down. And I think maybe the princess does too? Are we fighting?
The cabin is
We're fighting
tighter than
friends.
its exterior would suggest.
Oh my
Its
god.
cold stone walls press in on you, as if trying to forcefully direct you towards your destination. The only furniture of note is a black iron altar with a pristine blade perched on its edge.
Will the mirror
The
disappear?
blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
So take
Take
the blade.
the blade from the altar. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
Yes, it would. Approach the mirror.
You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. What are you talking about? This isn't a wall.
It'll be a mirror. Wipe off the mirror. It's gone.
Reach forward and rub your hand.
Okay, it's the
against-
same.
There was a mirror, and now it's gone. So all of us can stop arguing about it and get to fighting.
It's fighting time.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a rough stone
There's a lot of great art
staircase.
going on in this
Its
game.
walls pressing at your sides and tightening as you descend. The air seeping from below is heavy and oppressive, with an almost sulfuric odor to it. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. Her fierce voice carries up the stairs.
Is that another challenger? Finally. It's been ages since I've had a good fight.
This
But
isn't
she's
what
ready
she
to
sounded
throw
like
down.
Last time. Her voice is a little deeper, almost threatening.
It was pretty threatening last time. Last time was pretty.
Good. Sounds like my kind of princess.
As much as I appreciate the enthusiasm, just make sure you don't let your bloodlust get to your head. You need to stay focused and keep your wits about you. Remember, you're here to slay the princess, not to have a good fight.
We're here to have a good fight. We're here to have a good tussle.
As you descend the final step, the form of the
You have
princess
hooves
comes
now.
into view. A large shackle leading from her wrist to the basement wall. Looks like she could rip those chains out of the wall without a second thought.
Oh, it's you again. I'd been hoping you'd find your way back here. Good to see that death doesn't stick for either of us.
Cool.
And you
What?
brought your little knife, too. Yes. I'm going to have fun breaking you into little pieces.
Mr. Narrator, this is a lot different than last time, and last time definitely happened.
Oh, that whole deja vu situation. Yes, it does seem like you and the princess remember each other, so let's say for a moment that I do believe you. For all we know, whatever happened to you last time was just a fluke, and beyond that, do you know who doesn't remember anything that happened last time? Me. I don't remember what happened last time.
Cool.
Are you okay? Of course I'm not okay. As far as we're all concerned, the fate of my world is still very much on the line.
Your
None of us
world.
have the luxury of jumping over to a parallel
Your
universe the
world.
second we die.
So you do remember me.
Oh, I remember you all right. Best 3 minutes of my life. So, why don't we do it again?
See? She wants to fight us again. There's no reason for us to stand around talking.
That's an excellent point. I want information, though. Could you imagine? I'm actually here to set you free. I'm not saying I'm not here to fight. I think the two of us have a few things to unpack first before we're still... like how we're both still alive.
What is there to unpack? I was dead and now I'm not, and the same goes for you. There. Unpacking done.
Okay.
Don't you get it? We've been given free rein to wail on each other. Forever.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
What if I'm actually here to free you.
You aren't. I don't know why I'm even bothering, to be honest. You know the stakes of the situation.
I mean, kind
Who
of.
says I want to be free?
Yeah, I figured.
I want the two of us to fight to the death. I want to feel your knife split my flesh, and I want to hear your bones snap beneath my fists. Is that really too much to ask?
I mean, when you say it like that,
Especially that last part.
it did seem like a lot. Did seem...
Don't be such a coward. I'm just being cautious. If it comes to violence, we can find a way to deal with it that doesn't involve throwing our life away. I'd rather not die again, and I find it deeply disturbing that you seem to relish the thought of it.
It is a little disturbing.
If we die again, it'll just be another opportunity to have the fight of our life.
We don't know that for sure, and I'd rather not bet on it.
Well, okay. I guess we throw down. Let's throw down.
Finally ready to complete your destined task, you launch off the wet stone floor of the basement and catapult yourself headlong towards the princess. Here we go. Let's make this count.
Okay.
We'll make it count, all right.
As you bridge the gap, your blade slashes across the princess's chest, splitting skin and drawing a jagged line of bright red blood. She's unfazed by your onslaught. Her expression barely changes as her fist collides with your ribs, cracking them like twigs and driving you right back down to the basement floor. You can hear her chains snap as you struggle to recover from the impact. She almost looks disappointed in us. Why is she disappointed in us?
Oh, you don't actually get it, do you? That knife may be sharp, but you clearly don't want to kill me. It's not fun if you hesitate. It's not fun if you try to trick me and make me bleed out. It's only fun if you go straight for the heart. You need to put everything you have into seeing me dead. Or what's the point? So don't be afraid. Don't hesitate. Kill me.
Don't let her get in your head. Reincarnation or not, this world needs you to win. She's huge, but that probably means she's slower than us. Take it slow. Think it through. Don't panic. Bleeding her out is our best course of action.
Don't listen to them. She understands something that they don't. The only way to win, the only way out of this is through her.
We got fight strategy? Okay. Strike at her heart head first. Man, I think the best option is to bait and outmaneuver, right? If I want to win, but do I want to win or do I want to have a good fight? But isn't that a good fight? Isn't that like a good duel if I'm like baiting and like I'm fast? I'm quick, that's my advantage, right? Man, I strike at her heart.
That's your plan then. That's your plan. You push off the ground, ignoring the pain in your ribs as you charge at the princess once more. You can feel flesh give way before a sudden impact blunts your momentum, your weapon tightly lodged in the bone of her arm. She grins at you from behind her guard. Pull it out. We'll try a different angle.
No, we can do this. Just keep pushing.
We're not going to win if our weapon's stuck in her arm.
I don't think I'm gonna out-strength her.
You pull back on the blade's hilt, doing your best to free it from its sinewed prison. But as you tug the blade free, the princess slams you down onto her knee. It collides with your ribs, and you feel them splinter, cracking like wet wood from the impact. And you find yourself in midair, effortlessly tossed across the room.
This isn't going well.
You hit the floor, your ribs complaining painfully. But you feel the hilt in your grip. You still have your weapon. You push yourself off the ground and attack the princess, trying to bait an opening. You do your best to outplay her, slashing out and leaving red cuts in the tattered remains of her white dress. But you have little room to maneuver. For every glancing blow you manage to land, she slams you against the wall in retaliation, each impact threatening to be the last.
This weak little dance isn't working. Just toughen up and overpower her.
I don't think I can.
She's throwing us around
She's
like
crazy.
a ragdoll. I think overpowering her is a little out of the question.
That is true.
Did you think you could stop me with a few cuts? All this dancing around is doing nothing but annoying me. I own this place, and I own you.
The princess's arm shoots forward, her palm wrapping around your head, fingers gripping your skull.
How disappointing.
She squeezes, the pressure unbearable as her fingers dig into your scalp. The last thing you hear is the unsettling crack of your skull and the sickening churn of what was your grey matter. Everything goes dark, and you die. You're on a path in the wood.
If you weren't so damned afraid of what she'd do to you, we wouldn't have died back there.
Fear is good. Fear keeps us alive. We died because you didn't have enough of it.
So what? You'd have us cower in a corner?
No, but that place suits her better than it suits us. She's big. We can't hope to find holes and openings down there. We need more room if we're going to survive.
Are you suggesting luring her into the woods? Do you have any idea how dangerous that would be? If you lose sight of her, if she manages to slip away, that's it.
She's not
Game
running
over
away.
for
She wants to
everyone,
throw down.
yourself included. Are you not challenging us on all the looping? Have you known about it the whole time? Are you the same one we've been talking to since the beginning? Sorry to disappoint what I'm sure must feel like a grand revelation, but that's not what's going on here. We've never met.
Okay.
Then what is going on?
What's going on is that you'd only be saying the things you've been saying if you'd already been here, and if you'd already seen things you weren't supposed to have seen.
It doesn't matter. We could go in circles forever. I don't like staying still for too long. Let's get to the cabin, see this through.
It's good to know that at least one of you is still capable of reason.
Shut up!
We may have the same destination, but we're not the same. You are still an other, and I don't trust you.
Well, fortunately, you have an entire trip through the woods to reconsider that. There's nothing to reconsider. We're all for violence here, are we? I haven't signed off on anything yet.
Are we? I don't know.
Violence is the answer here, but the method is equally important to the act. You can't let her leave the cabin.
It's like I said, all just circles. Instinct tells me we need space, and I trust instinct. Nothing else to say. Not for me.
Last time it did say that I didn't have enough room to maneuver. We haven't even talked about how different this place is. I wouldn't even call this woods. It's like her influence has poured out into the
Evidence
world.
of one of many ticking clocks. You can't let her spread any further.
Things are always changing. She changed, the cabin changed, we've changed. Why wouldn't the woods change too?
Because they're not supposed to have changed. This is supposed to be a path in the woods. If it's not, it means something's gone horribly wrong.
Okay, no matter what happens next, it seems like all our answers are in the cabin. We might as well see this through. Proceed to the cabin.
It isn't long before you find yourself at the end of the path,
Oh me, oh
staring
my.
up the hill at the cabin. I hope you've given serious thought to your predicament. No last advice for us? No words of warning? From what I gather, you've heard it all before. There's no use screaming into the wind. I don't know, screaming sounds pretty good right about now. I could use a little catharsis.
I wouldn't want to be the hero
Catharsis
right
is
now.
when we're finished.
I wouldn't at all.
Now we need to hold it out in front of us, something to chase.
Proceed to the cabin.
The interior of the cabin is suffocatingly
Oh.
tight, more of a glorified tunnel than a building. Its stone walls squeeze against your sides, leaving you no choice but to press forward. The blade is your implement.
I didn't
You'll
even let him
need it
finish,
if
I'm
you're going
sorry.
to do this right.
Yeah, give me that knife.
We have even less space than before. We need space or she'll kill us. The only space is out there. Take it! You take the blade from the altar. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
It would be difficult.
There's no overcoming her without it. We need every part of us to survive, and that steel claw is as much a part of us as any.
Approach the mirror.
You step forward and approach the door to the basement, hesitating before you open it, as if you don't see it. You do see it, right? All we see is a damned mirror.
This really is just like last time.
It smells of nothing, yet it's still there. You reach forward and drag your hand across the door leading to the basement. As if on command, it slowly slides open, scraping against the floor as it reveals the dim
What's up with
path
this
ahead.
mirror? This mirror has lore. I can feel it.
Why am I not surprised?
I can feel the lore coming from
It's
this
in our
mirror.
way, and now it's not. That's all that matters.
That's a good point.
Before you is what may as well be a sheer cliff face.
Oh
There are
no.
enough footholds that you'll be able to clamber your way to the bottom, but it will require careful effort. The air hissing up from below.
How are we gonna
is
get the princess out of here?
wet, like the breath of an enemy locked in close quarters. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her voice, bold and fierce and impatient, echoes from the chamber below.
Do you have more fight in you than last time? That was such a disappointing show. I know you can do better than that.
Go to her. Rile her up. If she's angry, she'll make mistakes.
If you want to fight, how about you come and get one?
That's not how this works. I'm all chained up, remember? How about you come down here and fight me?
Those chains were nothing to her last time. And they'll be nothing to her this time. But we need to show ourselves first to make her boil over.
Do we?
Fine by me.
I don't know.
You've nowhere to go but down.
I don't know if we
Starting
should
from
climb
the
down.
chain, gripping the stone.
Did I make a bad
rolling
choice?
yourself Foot by grueling foot. But soon there is solid ground beneath you. Remember,
Okay.
every crack and crevice will need to be faster than her.
That is true.
You turn to face what lies at the end of the narrow tunnel. The princess, imposing and tightly muscled, grins back at you from the darkness. Her face widens into a broad grin.
There you are, knife in hand. How thrilling! Attack me, bleed me, twist the blade in my flesh, break your bones against my body. I want a real challenge this time.
Jesus Christ.
Can't get that close. She'll kill us in the tight space, steel claw or not. Make her come to us, stand beyond her chains, let her become frenzied. She'll break them. Then we run.
I really don't like the sound of this.
I don't like the sound of that either. We have to climb the cliff face
It's the only
while
way
she's
we live.
chasing us.
Well, what are you waiting for? If we're gonna do this right, you can't be scared. You need to want this as much as I do.
I do want to stab you at this point. I've like moved past not wanting to stab you.
So go on. Make the first move. Don't keep me waiting.
Step closer, stopping just outside her chains.
You step forward, stopping just outside the reach of her chains. The princess scoffs.
Oh, you're up to something tricky, aren't you?
What? No.
You're teasing me with what I want, but I'm sick of waiting. I'm not going to let you give me another bad fight. I'm going to get what I want.
Bloody desire in her eyes, the princess rushes forward, ignoring her chains as they bend and snap. Run.
Time to go. Time to go. Let's go.
Without hesitation, you turn back the way you came and scramble up the ledge towards the tunnel entrance. As you near the top, hands desperately clawing at jagged stone, you glance back.
You crazy?
The princess is right on your heels. She doesn't bother to scale the wall as you do, instead digging deep into the rock of the
cliff face with her fingertips in her rapid pursuit.
Anywhere you go, I will follow.
Jesus Christ!
Good. You reach the ledge and hoist yourself up into the tunnel, the cabin door finally in sight, at once within your grasp and infinitely distant.
Yep.
What is all of this for? What's the point? You and I are always going to end in violence, so why bother to run? I know what I am. Why can't you be the same? Little bird, where do you think you're going?
I'm leaving!
We're almost there. Don't think about almost. We're there when we're there. And we'll take the fight with us. Your stomach hums tight with adrenaline as you burst through the cabin door and roll onto the grass. You glance back at the cabin as the princess, singular in her desire to destroy you, explodes through the
Oh, you're so
doorway.
big.
You are
There's nothing left to slow me down. Do you think this is better for you? Do you think this space gives you an edge? Then show me. Show me that you've been worth all the room you've taken up in my head.
Do it! Be swift, strike true, be where she's not. Let your body move you.
Okay. You've fallen right into my trap. Are you sure you want to? Fallen right into my
we'll
trap.
see about that. Traps aren't real. The only thing that's real is bloodshed.
What a wild thing to say.
She charges, fully determined to end you in a single move. Left, now. As the princess strikes, your body swerves to the left. She overextends, stumbling as her balance shifts unexpectedly. Strike. Before you can finish the thought, you lash out, the blade slicing through her leg. She turns to swing again. Right. You move out of the way, but this time it's not quite as clean. You can feel a bruise already blooming where her elbow crashed into flesh.
Oh.
It's nothing. A scratch. Yes, it could be worse. And you managed to gift her another cut in return. I'll be damned. We're actually going to pull this off, aren't we? You just might. But don't let it get to your head. Not until it's over.
I'm scared.
Yes, finally! This is the hole I felt in my heart. This is what I've needed. This is what I've been missing. This is how it always needed to end. Both of us giving it our all, beating and bleeding each other to death.
The two of you engage in a devastating flurry of blows, each of you wounding the other again and again.
Holy fuck!
She's stronger, but you're faster, and the deeper the both of you fall into your lethal dance, the more your edge shines over hers. She's slowing down, blood pouring from wounds, splattering at her feet, leaving her weak and unsteady. More! Keep going, we can't stop now! You spy an opening. She's waiting for you. She lets you sink the blade deep, trapping you in place long enough to wrap you in her impenetrable arms. You're slammed to the ground. Nothing! These blows are nothing to us! But her gambit wasn't enough to close the gap. It wasn't enough to kill you. She stares you down, coughing up a splash of blood as she gasps for breath.
You've outplayed me, haven't you? Something feels wrong. Something.
And?
But you don't have the chance to respond, nor will you ever. It's time for you to leave. Memory returns.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her?
I don't know.
And there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now?
I don't know. Approach the mirror. Look into the eyes. You approach the mirror. Gaze into reflection. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave, but you need to see what's in it? You've grown. You find yourself in the long quiet once again. Proceed to the cabin. Oh, hi, ma'am. You are at the cabin. Hi.
Flickering lights in empty cityscapes become pockets of vitality and movement. I am more than I was before.
Did I do a good thing? It looked like I, fed her to it.
Whenever you are ready, I will wipe your slate clean once again.
There's so many questions. Are you the same being of the four? How much have you changed?
Is a child the same as an infant? I am an unbroken pattern, but every vessel gives fresh perspectives and carves new avenues of expression. I am different, but I am the same.
Why does it feel like to change this place?
Eyes close in reflection. Perspectives meld together, and the breadth of my experience stretches to new corners. There are contradictions, conflicts in my nature, and there are familiarities that bind everything together. It feels correct. This is what I need to be. This is the only path forward.
Is it? This is the path? Why? When this is all over, do you know what you want to do?
With every gift you bring me, I excavate the alleys of what I am meant to be, and every exploration yields new and complicated truths. What I will be is different than what I am, and what I am is different from what I was. I cannot tell you what desires I will hold when I have changed.
I can't understand a single thing you're saying. I'm so
But
sorry.
in this moment, all I want is to know myself and to know you.
Okay. What? You know that at the end of this, once you're finished, I'm going to kill you, right? That was an option? When I go back, it's as if an invisible wall closes around me. Why can I not do the same things I've done before?
Those paths lead to worlds you've already seen, and to perspectives I have already made my own.
Oh, I didn't even
They are
notice. You
useless
can't?
to us now. Inaccessible. The only paths of value are those that are yet untread.
That's very nice, actually. I don't need to remember where I've gone. There's just new choices. You've been very kind so
wouldn't
far.
I be kind to you? You are the only thing I know that isn't me.
That's, that's a good point. Do you have any thoughts on this vessel?
One yearns to grow and struggle. Even now I feel a will pushing against mine, not realizing that we are one. She will make for a fierce heart.
What?
Do not mourn her. We will provide her with the growth she fought for.
Bro, what the fuck?
There is still much to
You know I'm gonna
see.
kill you, right?
Neither of us know the depths of our being. Perhaps at the end of this, I will be the one to kill you. Or perhaps we will leave this place together and find new horizons to discover.
I guess, who knows? What do you want me to
Gifts
bring
are
you?
what someone tells you to bring them. My joy is in seeing what you choose. There are no wrong answers, and every perspective illuminates my shadows and shares new secrets. The vessels are shaped by memories.
I feel like I'm
of
making things
but
worse.
their impulses are drawn to the edge of the long quiet. To them, you are a gate to something more, and any hurt you've caused them is understood as a fair price for freedom. But they are only thoughts and perspectives. They are not me. The wounds they've suffered carve texture around my heart. Without them, I would be as I was before.
And what was that?
I would be alone and without sensation. I could not feel the joy of having you by my side, for I would not know your absence.
How many vessels do I need?
If I am to be an ocean, you have nurtured me into a pond. My waters are shallow and murky, and I yearn for more perspective.
Just more. Just more is the answer.
You will have your rest in due time, and I am sorry for the burdens I place on you. My preference
You don't
is
have any
for you
preferences?
to show me what you would like me to see.
As to how you want to
I
grow?
cannot know the ways I wish to grow, for I have yet to feel them. It is you who guides me down the thin trail of perspective and memory.
Do I grow this thing? What are you? What are you? I guess I can choose later. I'm ready to go back.
I will long for your return, but it will give me time to reflect on what I am. We will meet again.
Everything goes dark and you die.
You're on a path in the woods. And at the end of that path...
What is this game? All right, well, thank you everybody for joining me. I know it's a bit of a different kind of game. I mean, if you liked it, leave a like. It'll let me know if you want me to continue this. Wow, what a fucking wild ride. Thank you everybody for joining me. And I hope to see you guys in the next one.